Welcome back to a brand new coffee tech break with Jan. Good to see you back on my channel again. I think I got another great video for you lined up because today I want to take you through the management of the Voyager 360. And so in the previous video I showed you the unboxing, I showed you all the great call control and media functions on the Smartcase. Really nice. In this video I specifically want to focus on the software updates, configuration settings, etc. And that will be done through the Lens application, which is available for iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, Chrome browser. So it's really interesting if you want to manage your device. As you can see right here, it's available in the Apple Store, but it's also available in the Google Play Store. Alright, so before we get started with managing the Voyager 360, let me take you a little bit to the basics. So in my previous video, as I said, showed you the unboxing. So if you want to look at all the features and functions inside the Smartcase, I recommend to check out my previous video. In this video today, I want to show you how to manage a Voyager 360 and how you can update software. So what is running specific software? Well, the Smartcase is running specific software because what you can see is there's a lot of sophisticated features and functions in here which could get some software updates. Now, what will also get software updates are the buds. Specifically for those devices, they can also get new features and functions. Same for the dongle. The dongle, which is in Smartcase, is not updated when it is inside Smartcase. So you need to make sure you connect the dongle to the PC, and that will check through the Lens app if there are any software updates available. So in this video, I specifically want to show you it's connected to your mobile phone or to your Windows PC. Let's show you all the features, settings, etc. and also how you can update those devices. Hopefully you enjoy it, and again, don't forget to take a cup of coffee in between. Alright, here is my desktop. So on the left side you see a copy of my mobile phone, and this is running the Lens application, so you can see that right here. So I'm showing that here on the PC, so you can see exactly what the experience is on the mobile phone. And on the right side you can see the Windows application, which is also showing all the features and functions. So you got different applications for different devices to manage your Poly headsets. Of course, this can all talk centrally to Poly Lens in the cloud, where you can set settings, you can set policies for software updates, etc. But you can also do that one-to-one if you just want to update a specific device. Now, let me now take the buds out of the package, out of the Smartcase, because otherwise they won't connect to the Lens application. So, taking them out now, and make sure they connect, and they should show up here on the left side on my device. And here you go. So there's a case update available on the buds. So as you can see, immediately it's talking to the cloud to make sure that it's grabbing the latest updates. So I can click on that, and what you will see immediately is that there are updates available. The 223.430.5035, that's the latest editions. There are some updates in there. Let me show you this. So when you click on that link, you will point it to a website where you see the release notes of the different headsets. So in this case, for the Voyager 360, the latest version is the 5035. And in this case, there is some new functionality, and it is the WindSmart technology enhancements. And that means when you walk on a windy day outside, make sure that it cancels that wind out as much as possible. Now you can check that also on your Smartcase. Let me show you that quickly. So on the Smartcase you need to go all the way to the last page. You go here to that eye on the lower side. This is running one version behind, so this is why we need to update it to get that WindSmart technology enabled in the Voyager 360. Back to the Lens application. So as you've seen, I'm running the 5032 and we need to upgrade to 5035. Alright, click on software update, make sure the earbuds are out of the case, connected to the mobile while updating. Yes, we continue. Next, keep your devices next to your mobile devices. Yes, we do it. Plug your mobile phone into a power source if needed and start the upgrade process. All right. And well, we just get a cup of coffee now and just wait for the update being pushed out to the devices. So after 5 to 10 minutes, as you can see, the devices are now up to date. Now, where you can find the specific version is if you click here on connected, what you will see is you will get a specific software version. That is one place where you can look. The other place where you can look is at the charging case. So let me show you the specific software version. So we go here to that menu with that QR code. We click on the I, and what you will see there is that the case is still that 5032 and the buds are upgraded to 5035, but not the case yet. Here it comes. To update the case, you need to connect the case through the Lens desktop app on your computer. So let me show you that. To update the charging case, you need to take the buds out, that's first. You also need to connect the dongle. So there's the dongle inside the smart charging cases, so you need to connect it also. So let me do that right now. And then the next thing is also connect the charging case to the laptop using the USB cable. And you hear it's already detected by the Lens application here on my PC. Here you go. Voyager 360 is detected now. So make sure first you connect it using that dongle, to the dongle inside the Smartcase. You need to connect it also to the laptop, and you connect the Smartcase itself using the USB cable provided in the package. You connect that also to the PC. And then after a while, it should prompt you that there is an upgrade available. So when everything is connected correctly, you should see only the Voyager 360 here in your Lens desktop app. It should give you a sign that there is an update available with the red dot. And here it says update. Now we already upgraded the earbuds. As you can see, these are both 5035, so that's perfect. If there is an update for the USB dongle, it will be also mentioning right here. In this case, the last thing we need to update is the charging case. That will go from 5032 to 5035. Now we need to go back to the first step, and the only thing we need to do is press the update button. We'll push out the update. Don't use the devices because gotta make sure that this is a clean install. And this should happen. I think it will take also 5 to 10 minutes and you're ready to go. So during the upgrade process, you cannot use the Smartcase. You just have to leave it aside. On the display, you will see that it's updating, as you can see right here. Alright, and after 5 to 10 minutes, you will see the upgrade has been installed, the 5035. So we're now completely up to date with the 5035 version. And if there is an update for the dongle, it will mention it. But everything is now up to date. Alright, and finally, let me take you now a little bit through the settings. And I will do that right here on my mobile device and show you what other settings are available. So here on the 3 dots, if you click on that, you can go to the configuration settings or you can go to the menu. So you got a lot of more information which is available out there. So if you want to dive deeper, let me click on the configuration settings. Here you got a complete new menu with all the settings available. So you got the language settings. Under general settings, you can find mute reminders, notification tones, mute alerts on and off. So that means when you're talking while muted, it will give you a message from, hey, you're muted, to be aware of. So a second incoming call. Ring once, so this is when you're on a call and you got a second call, maybe from Teams or from another mobile, it will ring once. Then we got the equalizer. It's set to bass, but you can set it also to flat or too bright. Then we got software settings. So here you find software is up to date, running that latest 5035. Then looking at ringtones. So here you can play a ringtone when you receive a call. You can have a side tone. So that means when you're talking, how much of your own voice do you want to hear back while speaking. So you can configure that medium, low or high. The volume control. Do you want to hear like sound at every level or just hear maximum and minimum only? That is also a possibility. So as you can see, there's a lot of settings in here. You can configure that swipe sensor. So I showed you earlier that swipe sensor, which is on the butt. Really nice. So you can configure that for volume control when you're idle. During a call, you can make that a mute button if you want to. And for streaming media, you can use this for volume control. And so you swipe over the earbuds and then it will take a volume up and down when you're listening to music, for example. Same for the sensors. So there's a lot of sensors. So that means wearing sensors, if you want to enable them. If you are in an active call and you take them out of your ear, it will automatically be muted. Do you want to auto answer? And so you put the buds inside your ear. Do you want to auto answer? You can enable it also here. You got the auto pause. So when you're listening to music, you can stop listening to music. So as you can see, there's a lot of different styles you can configure in the buds. And you can do that right here using the Lens application. I do that now locally here, one-to-one, but you can also configure this centrally through the cloud. Then we got, for example, here acoustic protection. So you can use that, for example, if you're using it for like a service desk, you can enable the protection for your ears, nose exposure, hours on the phone per day. So you can then also configure the noise exposure. ANC settings, you can also do that here. So you can do that on the Smartcase, but also here through the Lens application. So the ANC mode, standard, adaptive or off. Adaptive means just changing and adapting to the environment. Standard means more regular office environment or off. Same for transparency mode. You can do that for speech, environment or off. Speech means it will direct it to somebody in front of you. So you got that optimal listening while you have the buds on. So you can listen to somebody's voice. If you set it to environment, it means that it will listen also to the environment. So you are aware of the environment. So it will bring extra information in from the outside. And then we got here the voice prompts. So here you can have an announcement if a call comes in, a call alert, if you ignore a message, have the audio tone, a lot of settings. So as I said, there's documentation, references where you can find all kinds of information to the devices. And lastly, you can of course reset the device. And so if something is not working properly, you can always reset the device back to factory. And that's it. We go back to the main menu. So these settings are similar as on the Windows client, Mac client, for iPhone, these are all the same. Just to give you an overview of what settings are available. Here ends the coffee tech break session for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it and managing the settings and the software, your Voyager 360 Plus UC. So as you can see, I'm running now the latest version as well as on the casing, the earbuds and on the dongle. And so make sure that it is all aligned. Could always be compatibility updates with Teams, with the Zoom application, etc. or hot fixes or new features. And so make sure you keep the buds up to date. And that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. In the comments, I will try to put as much information as possible. So if you're looking for detailed information on settings, features, functions, I will try to put all the manuals in the comments, so you have some reference there to look at. This was for today. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I'm already looking forward to the next video.